right, positive energy all the time. Here we go. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come right on in. This is a public service announcement. I feel like I need the help. The brothers and sisters that be rapping that thinks that the rap music is too dark nowadays, and they want to know how they could bring positive rap back and why positive rap is not doing well. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna give my views on that because I'm always telling you I don't listen to positive rap. I don't like it. It's horrible. Now I'm explaining to you why, and all you brothers and sisters that's out there, if you know rappers that got bars, if you know rappers that don't do drill, they don't do drill rap, they want to do other rap, send them this live stream, okay? If you got family members or people that want to rap, they might be school, they might go to school, they might do whatever. Send them this because besides drill rap, the other rap is overly sexually rap, twerking and stuff like that. Those are the only two that are going somewhere. And the twerking type rap, the sexual rap is doing way better than the violent rap, depending on if you know what you're doing with that. Because you have to know what you're doing with that. Shout out to Chief Keef. You did a good job in town. Everybody hit me up with the show. They send me a lot of videos of the show. It was off the chain. Good job. You did. Good to see you back in the city. Shout out to Sexy Red. She also did a good job up there. Chief Keef, you and Sexy Red, you make a great combination together. Great idea. You two getting together. Great idea. Helps bring the ladies into the situation. So that's a great idea. The ladies, they want to be sexy. You can't hate them for that. And they only repeating what's been done. A lot of times, with so much time go by, the older people be new. So all the people that's 40, 50 complaining about the rap, they're new. They're still babies relatively. So they don't remember Twiggy and they don't remember that this been done already because they're young. So the booty pants and all that, that's been done. That's not at all new. Hot pants was the same as this. They just didn't dance like that. But if they would have danced like that, it would have been exactly the same thing. There's not too much difference in the hot pants era back in the 60s and what the women is wearing now. It's not a whole lot of difference. But we could talk about that too. So coming in, I'm like, okay, as a producer and somebody that understands music and how to produce music, let me come and give the shorty some advice on how to deal with the music industry. Now, My life in the music industry has been all over the place, from playing instruments to running a record label. And when I got into the music business, opened a record label, I did it at one of the most craziest times ever because everything kept changing. So what I mean by that, oh God, we went from when I got into the business, it was VHS and it switched over to DVDs. It also was it was CDs, but that began to switch over to digital. It was reel to reels, and that switched over to Pro Tools. So even the way we made music when I got into the music as far as a record label, because I've been playing music and been in the music since I was little. So I've been playing in bands, from school bands to neighborhood bands to R&B to reggae as a musician. But when I got into the record business, I got in at the crazy time. So a lot of people that got in when I got in, it was really crazy because it was changing too much. It was changing. So, I got in at the most unusual time. Even the music changed, and a lot of you brothers and sisters watching me, we're going to get to the lyrics, but you got to make sure that you know what the music is doing. That's a problem with a lot of conscious rappers. They don't know about the musical parts of the music. The music, the music changed. You have to change the music. And conscious rappers never change the music. That's why they don't go nowhere. That's not the only reason, but that's one reason. I don't know. They don't seem to pay attention to the music. What do I mean by change the music? The way the music is mixed, you have to change it. You can't mix your song like Common mixed his song. It's going to sound crappy. You have to mix the way you mix now. You cannot mix a song like it's the 80s or the 90s or even the 2000s. So a lot of conscious rappers don't know a damn thing about the music. Your music ain't going nowhere because you ain't studying the music. People want people want positive music, but some people want positive music. Some people want positive music, but positive music is a crazy thing because sexy women don't want positive music. They want sexy music. You know what I'm saying? They want the young generation now, they want sexy music. They they don't want no positive music. They want X-rated music now. They don't want no. You ain't in college going to no party, want to hear no positive music. And you in college, or even if you ain't in college, you ain't trying to go to nobody crib with a bunch of young ladies and dudes and hear nobody preaching. Positive music is washed anyway, but I'm gonna show you how to bring it back. But the music got to reflect the culture. One thing I can't stand about what they be telling y'all, they be lying. They keep trying to make you think that the music is affecting the culture. That's a lie. The culture changes the music. That is a lie, 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 lie. The music has never been dominant over the culture. That's a lie. That's a lie. And you could give me anybody and put up $5,000, we debate, I'm going to walk away with the prize. There's no way they could show me where the music was bigger than the culture. That is a lie. The culture was always bigger than the music, and the music always followed the culture. Now they trying to teach y'all that the culture's following the damn music. Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. What a bunch of nonsense. That's the first thing that black people got to get through their head. That the music is not influential. The culture is influential. Duh, First you drilling, and then you get drill music. You don't get drill music if you ain't drilling. I'm confused. I challenge anybody. What came first, church or gospel music? Church. Duh. Show me where gospel music created Christianity or church. As a matter of fact, when you go to church, they ain't singing as soon as you get there. Make it make some sense. Tell me I'm lying. So gospel music created Christianity? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I thought Christianity created gospel music. I'm confused. So gospel music made people Christians? What? Okay. And so what they try to teach y'all now is that the music is creating some cultures. Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. Totally ridiculous. Totally. You know how many people that ran away with that? And anybody that run away with that couldn't stand on the stage with me for 15 minutes. 15 minutes, there'll be food. First off, they definitely don't know what the hell they talk about. Second off, they not no experts in music. Third, they definitely don't know nothing about history. Because there ain't no way they can match the history of people and prove that music ever created nothing. First we was hustling, then we was rapping about it. We wasn't rapping about hustling and started hustling. But I guess so. And there was a billion more hustlers than there was rappers rapping about it. Okay, we was getting a bag whether you was rapping about it or not. I guess. But if you would have stopped rapping, we wouldn't have turned off our beepers. We didn't give a damn about what you was talking about. Okay? Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So do not think I was hustling because your stupid ass was rapping. But whatever. Whatever floats your boat. eh, they be trying to say the music is not the music. It's not the music. And so the conscious rappers believe the music affects the people, and that's why the conscious rappers suck. And that's why conscious rap ain't going nowhere. What's the guy, D something? You know, the light skinned Christian rapper? He's never going nowhere. Who gonna buy that? Who gonna listen to him? Nobody but a few weirdos. Nobody's gonna listen to no weirdo rap. And he's not a good rapper. He can't rap, okay? His raps suck, okay? The Christian, light skinned Christian dude, he's horrible. He can't rap. Ugh. His raps is not catchy. It's a cornbally. And most conscious rappers sound like cornballs. Who's gonna buy that? So come on in, I'm gonna break it down because I know people like, bruh, we need positive rap. I'm gonna show you how to make positive rap. It could be done, but the way that people thinking about it, they would never do it. The concept people got, they could never get uh, positive music back on top because the concept they got about it contradicts what you have to do to get it off the ground. They don't have what, and then a lot of dudes that's real positive, they can't rap. Listen, a lot of conscious dudes are awkward. They don't have no rhythm. They can't dance. Tell me I'm lying. Y'all ain't never noticed that conscious dudes have two left feet. They ain't got no swag, and they can't dance. They ain't got no rhythm. You ain't never noticed that. I could say names, but I don't want to just throw brothers all the way under the bus. But you can see that they cornballs. They don't got no swag. They don't. See, Rakim had swag. Rakim had swag. Rakim was really outside. That's why his music flowed. But he was still he didn't have his swag together. So he was rapping about Eric B. Without Eric B, Rakim wouldn't have went nowhere. Rakim would have sucked. Because Rakim could rap, but he was rapping about Eric B. He was rapping about Eric B lifestyle. If you look at Rakim, Eric B dressed him. Eric B bought the jewelry. Eric B showed him the swag. As soon as he left Eric B, look, he was dusty and toe up. Even still today, Rakim ain't got no swag. Tell me I'm lying. I ain't trying to be me. He dusty, he toe up, ain't he? He don't look nothing like the Eric B and Rakim, unless I'm tripping. Cause he was never nobody. He was always Eric B. Rakim wasn't nobody. He was really him on this sub, but I'm talking as far as being entertainment. He didn't have no entertainment swag. And now you can see he don't. He's uninterested in everything. Big Daddy Kane always had entertaining swag. So did Heavy D. They had it. MC Light never had it. MC Light always looked uncomfortable, didn't she? Queen Latifah had it. But didn't MC Light always look uncomfortable? She always looked uncomfortable. Queen Latifah never looked uncomfortable. She looked like she was with it. MC Light looked store bought. She always looked phony. But anyway, come on in. Get the likes up. I'm gonna break it down. I'm in the music business. Brothers be sending me their music and stuff. It don't be good. It don't be good. It don't be having nothing nobody gonna buy. They be rapping to themselves. If you rap it to yourself, you ain't going nowhere. You're not supposed to be rapping nothing you like. You're supposed to be rapping what the audience gonna like. You can't. I can't go make a song that I like. What? I got to try to make a song that the customer's gonna like. Duh. So when you making music, you got to get outside your body. You can't be self-centered. You can't be. You can't be like I'm conscious. I'm a rap what I like. I'm a rap my mentality. That's not gonna sell though, because you the only one like your mentality. How you gonna sell a lot of records as a conscious rapper when you don't even got a lot of people that's trying to be like you? Don't nobody even deal with you in real life. Nobody want to dress like you. Nobody want to move like you or nothing like that. With all them bangles and beads and stuff on and all them different colors on. Conscious dudes, they wear too many different colors. They ain't got no swag. I'm like, why y'all don't coordinate these outfits? You could tell they nerds, bro, who wear all them different colors. When you see a black man put on a whole bunch of different colors, you already know his mommy didn't raise him right. He ain't no, bro, who raised you? Black folks coordinate. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no color coordination. What is all them colors, bro? Boo, you look bootleg. You can't fix that. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't make that more appealing. You look like a rainbow. Like, hey, bro, get your goof ass out of here. Am I lying? They be having all that stuff on their neck, all them balls and beads and all them bangles and all that stuff on. They be looking crazy as hell. Like misfits. How you gonna sell records? So we're gonna get into it, y'all. Come on, hit the like button, share, subscribe, ask me some questions about music. Let's get some people over here. It's the middle of the night. It's 3 in the morning. And then we'll kick the conversation off. I don't want to kick the meat of the conversation off too early. I probably should because people watch the video, so we probably should. That way, when you click in, we kick the conversation right from the beginning. So a lot of y'all, when you watch those content creators and you click on the video, you wonder why we didn't just start out. That's because when we go live, it takes a while for our audience to get here. And we always trying to cater to our live audience more so than the people watching it on replay because it's live. Like Lakeside. It's all the way live. So, how to make positive music. Send this. If you know a rapper that's trying to get into rap and they don't want to do drill, they don't want to do the over the top sexy stuff, send them this video and so they can study to see how they could rap something a little more positive and get viewers. And this could be, and do well. And this could be for any type of positive rap. It could be about school. It could be about not getting in trouble. It could be about not being in gangs. It could be about metaphysical. It could be about black consciousness, anything. But there is a way you're going to have to package it to sell it. All you brothers and sisters that's want to make positive music, the first thing you got to know is you are making music to convert people. Repeat. Make sure when you make conscious positive music, make sure you make the song from the position to get people to go that way. Conscious rappers always talk like everybody like that. That's why I don't go nowhere. Tell me I'm lying. When you watch these metaphysical rappers and these conscious rappers, they always talking from the point of view of people already there. Now you have some people that do the metaphysical stuff, like my brethren Illuminati Congo, but he goes into those crowds, right? So he goes into the deep metaphysical crowds. He goes to the metaphysical events. He goes to where they selling crystals and all of that. So he don't have to worry about a crowd because he's into that crowd. So he's making music for a crowd he's already in. That's why he's able to do it this long. Because he knows where all the crystal festivals at and yogis and doing all different types of high level cosmic things. He found all those events, and his music is multicultural, multiracial, right? So that's how my brethren Illuminati Congo is able to have a career. Plus, he does a lot of other things to sustain his economical situation, so he doesn't have to lean so hard on his music, and he uses his music to help sustain the other things he do. But there's different levels of consciousness. So we're going to talk at the bottom level as far as the black community, because people are saying, Pharaoh, we got to stop making music about gangbanging and violence and sex, and we got to make better music in the community. And the problem with that is they believe that music will change the people that's into the gangs and into the sex, which it won't. It won't, because they will never listen to your music. And they are only going to listen to the music that fit their lifestyle. And so when you start talking about positive music making a change, that you sound stupid. Because nobody's going to click on no music that don't fit what they already on. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. How? What going to make me listen to something that ain't got nothing to do with me? Maybe that makes some sense. So let's take music about women. I don't be listening to music about women and stuff like that and be with no woman unless I'm with a woman. I'm not driving around listening to no girly song if it ain't no woman there. That don't even make no sense. So sexy songs and stuff like that, I'm only gonna play that if it's a shorty in the car, if it's a queen in the car. What gonna make me ride around listening to that if I'm in the car by myself? What gonna make me listen to something about how much I love you and I'm in the car and you ain't in the car? Make that make Make some sense. But now I'm older, so I don't listen to no music in the car. I listen to the news because I don't be in the car. So the car is for young people. Young people be just driving around, driving around, driving. You know, once you've done half a so long, you ain't just aimlessly driving around no more. Everybody grow up, get families. So you don't got no lot of friends to visit like when you young, like when you 20, even 30. You got a lot of people to visit. But as everybody get older, there's not no lot of people to visit, okay? Older people don't do all that visiting. If you get an older queen, a single, you go by her house. You meet her Tuesday. You go by her house Friday. Y'all start hanging out. You come back Saturday. You come back to her house the next week. Hardly nobody's gonna come visit her. She don't be doing all that. She's older. Every now and then she gonna go to dinner with a friend at work or something like that. But she ain't really acting like she 20. And so there's a big to do over trying to get black music to be more positive for the younger generation. And I don't listen to it. I listen to Key Glock. I listen to Dirk. And I really don't listen to artists these days. I listen to playlists. So artists is really outdated. That's the first thing you got to understand if you're a young artist. Nobody's listening to artists anymore. They're listening to playlists. So the first thing is if you get into the music business, this no matter what, the first thing what you want to think about is getting your song in people's playlists. Stop thinking about your whole catalog. The song is like you got a fishing hook, and the song is like a worm. If you throw the worm out there and the worm get in some playlists and people hear the song, then they'll come back to try to find the rest of your catalog. Okay? So for young people in the music business, like you young brothers, stop making a lot of songs. Okay? For you brothers and sisters, listen, stop making a bunch of songs. That's the first thing. I'm going to repeat. If you're watching me, I'm giving you the ultimate game in music right now. This is the game. You hear me? Stop making a lot of songs. Stop. When, let me tell y'all something. Listen to me. Send this to everybody you know that's trying to be a musician. When you make a lot of songs, it hurts your promotion. Because you don't got record labels and all that stuff behind you. Why do I say it hurts your promotion? Because if I make 10 songs right now, right, I'm going to be promoting them. So no song going to get the proper promotion. If you go back to black music, you got to go back to the beginning and know how it go. How it used to go. People used to release what? Singles. It was a long time before we got to this era. This is not the era that put people on. The era that put people on was singles. And then if you got a good single, people might go buy your album. But you can't promote the album. You can only promote the single. So that's why 45s was taken off. If you listen to any music, like let's take reggae in the 80s, it was the same thing. The way your reggae artists get on is that on the reggae radio station, they play a single off the album. That's how Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, you name them, they all make it off of a single. And then a single makes them go and listen to your catalog. So what a lot of you young dudes is wasting a lot of money because they don't buy albums and stuff like that no more. It's playlists and stuff like that. You making too many songs. You go on, I have brothers say, listen to my music, and they send me a whole bunch of songs. I don't listen. When I click on a couple and see you ain't on nothing, I don't listen to that. Because the way it sound is, you made song 1, song 2, song 3, but you didn't even make song 1 right. So once you make a half-ass song 1, and you got 15 songs, all of them is half-ass. Because you just kept doing a half-ass job every song you made. You didn't take your time and make one good song. You just kept throwing junk together. And then you send it to me. What I'm going to do with that junk? What you think I could do with it that you can't do with it? Ain't nobody listening to it when you post it. Nobody going to listen to that. It's trash. In a lot of cases, you're not a rapper. You're somebody trying to rap. Give it up. You're not a rapper. Just because you rap on the song don't mean you're a rapper. That's the first thing. A rapper is a rapper. Your whole swag got to be a rapper. Your whole thing got to be a rapper. Your whole production got to be a rapper. You can't just be Joe Blow and be rapping. You can't just put on a bunch of crystals and a bunch of orange stones and twist your hair up and put on a whole bunch of different colors and try to look like consciousness. I don't know when consciousness started looking like hippies. I can't believe the black man started dressing like hippies, calling that consciousness. What nothing you got on don't match, you know. Yeah, what the hell? Who going? Soon as I see you, you got on all them bangles and all them colors, and the first thing come to me is take me to another place, taking that, you know what I'm saying? Boy, you are you should be arrested development. You definitely should be arrested. And you need development. You know what I'm saying? All right, so you need to be arrested and you need some development, bro. Get your ass out of here. That didn't even work for dude. Dude fell off. He used to be in the reggae club with us. Why? Because it fell off. Because he was trash. He was trash and he thought he was good. The only reason Arrested Development took off because of the whole group. And the elder in the group what sold them. But once they got rid of the elder, nobody wanted to see them no more. Arrested Development was interesting because it was a lot of them. It was the visuals. And they didn't keep that intact. So that lead dude, he thought he was something, but bro, you wasn't really. It was the pretty girl shaking the shaker away. It was the older brother. It was the whole thing that that made it interesting. It was like a cultural group. It was never you. And he tried to make it a solo thing. He didn't keep the group together, so it was trash. But you can't, yeah, it was a collective. And it was a collective at that time. So if it's a collective at that time, and it was almost too late because that group was going away, but they were still kind of there, so they caught the end of it. But you can't sell that now. Ain't nobody wearing no cowrie shells and all that's over with. And that whole African looking look only popped off because of Roots. Am I the only honest person? Listen, this is facts. The only reason that African thing kicked like that, right, in the late 70s through the 80s was because of Roots. Black folks seen Roots and wanted to reach back to Africa. That's the fact. Ain't no black country people gonna tell the truth because they not me. I'm tell the truth. Because that's why I went and bought my first drummer's bracelet. We ain't know nothing about that. What we know about Africa in 1975? Nothing. We don't know nothing about none of that. We started hearing about that stuff with Gil Scott-Heron and people like that. When Roots came out, that's when I went and bought. I seen the drummer's bracelet, and I wanted one. I seen it on Roots, I think, though. Because they had the Africans trying to look like Africans, so they had that on. So I went to the shop and bought one. Other than that was my first like African piece after I seen Roots. And then that grew. Right? But when you talk about positive music, for you brothers and sisters, y'all need to definitely support the channel if you do positive music. I'm giving you super gang. If you want to be a positive rapper, you don't do drill, you don't do that. You need to definitely support the channel. Now, the first thing, you got to be able to rap. You can't make it off of an ideology. You can't make it in music off of being positive. You can only make it in music by being really talented musically. You can't think because you think positive that you're going to be good in music. It don't work like that. That's why 98% of positive musicians sound horrible because they are positive, but they ain't no good. Like the light-skinned rapper that got into it with Jim Jones. Dude ain't no good. He not a good rapper. He corny. His look is horrible. He carry himself like a goofy. And he ain't saying nothing in his raps. He going nowhere. Never. He's not going nowhere. To people that is positive won't even believe him. Like somebody like me that came up really conscious like that, he don't know. He would not be attractive to no real pro-black person would look at Shorty because you can't be pro-black and be no Christian. Because the pro-black community really criticizes European Christianity. So for him to try to be positive and Christian, he definitely ain't going nowhere. Because there's too many holes in Christianity, and that's a whole nother thing right there. Positive people break Christianity down. He don't even know nothing about Christianity as far as the bad side of how it's mistaught and all that. How you conscious? You don't even know the religion that you pushing. You ain't even pushing Christ the right way. You pushing a Christ that the Romans created. You're not even really pushing Christ. Yeah, D1. He don't even know the history. He don't know nothing about Christianity. So how you got knowledge and you don't even know the lane you in, nothing about the lane you in? He going nowhere. You know how many people got knowledge ain't gonna listen to him just when he to the Christian. So where he gonna get his fan base from? Because conscious people do not like Christianity. Facts. Where you gonna find a conscious Christian? Nowhere. And Christians don't like rap. They like singing songs. There's no rappers in the church, it's a choir. So everything he trying to do, it ain't never going nowhere. He ain't never going nowhere. Time the clock ticking, he be gone soon. You know what I'm saying? He need to go home and play Craig Mack. Because you won't be around next year. That's what you need to play. You won't be around next year. You need to play. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to play. You need to play Craig Mack because you won't be around long, boy. Baby, bye. So, if I got an artist, okay, I hate to tell y'all this, but I don't think I'm going to do it. And then ain't nobody going to do it. So maybe somebody do it. But if you do my idea, when it pop, come on, man. Give me something. You know what I'm saying? Give me some credit. Because I'm finna give you one of the coolest ideas of putting a group together ever. Now, when you talk about positive music could never make it by itself, right? Because when you come out and you create a song and you create a positive song, the positive song ain't got no attraction. And the positive song have not proved to the people why to be positive, right? So the key to pushing positivity is making it clear why. So when you make a positive song, if I make a positive song, it's not going to go nowhere. Now I could prove it. If you look at a lot of Christians' story is what? I used to be so negative and I turned my life around and gave my life to Christ. Their story is not Christ, righteousness. Their story, tell me I'm lying. Their story is I was down and out. I was doing this messed up. I was doing that messed up. And then I gave my life to Christ. So if you're going to make a positive song, it's got to be made like that. Boy, I hate to tell my little secret, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Ugh. So if I was going to put a rap group together positive, I'd find two rappers. I'll find a rapper that was really in the streets getting in trouble. And then I'd find a rapper that's really got the conscious mentality on how to live right, how to change your life. I would always construct the songs from the bad side first. So I would always have the real street dude rap first. Then I would have the positive dude come with the solution. You understand? Now I'll get everybody ear. Because dude gonna get everybody ear, which is gonna open it up. No, it's not good versus evil. It's not good versus evil. It's the bad side and how you changed. So we not gonna be promoting evil or promoting good. I'm gonna have the one rapper talk about the horrors of the streets of what he was doing in a street way. And then I'm gonna have the other dude say, this is why you should do this. So I'm gonna have this dude, I was wild and wild, went to jail and so and so, and this dude gonna say, that's why you came up out of this and that and went this way. That's gonna pop. So they not versing each other. It's this one telling his story, rapping his story, and this one telling the solution. Because you can't sell a solution if nobody don't know the damn problem. If you look at all songs that really do good, even songs about relationships, it's going to be problem, solution. Period. So how you going to get somebody to listen to the song when you just start out with the solution? Well, damn, what's the problem? How you gonna get people to listen to it when you only trying to target it like you only trying to target people over here and you leaving all these people out? You ain't bringing nobody into your fan base. You're not bringing nobody in. So it wouldn't be good versus evil. It would be the real story of how you live. Da 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 da, and then da 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 da. It wouldn't be like a versus. It's one story. So one story is explaining what it's like outside, and the other story is explaining how to get around how it's like outside, would be the better way to explain it. This rapper's rapping what it's like. This rapper's rapping how to get around what it's like, would be the better way to describe it. So now you got everybody's attention. Now you got a lot of people that's trying to really change their life listening to a song that represents change in your life. Not no song where the positive guy tell you to change your life. First a story where the one rapper is explaining that life. You gotta, how they gonna relate if you don't show them you know what it's like? I can't get your attention if I try to get you out the streets. If I don't show you that I know what the streets is like, what gonna make you listen to me? So you need somebody to show them that y'all know what the streets is like. You need to explain what's going on out there. That's what make people gonna listen to you. Nobody gonna listen to you preaching. It's a difference between preaching and solutions. So positive rap got to be solution based. It can't be like, you need to do this, you need to do that. No. It got to be, this is a problem. This is how you fix it. So that it's not so forceful. It don't sound like I'm trying to make you do nothing. It sounds like I'm giving you answers. I'm bringing it to you in a way that's not abrasive. I'm bringing it into a way where you can relate to what it is. Because if I can't show you I know what it's like to keep going to jail, I damn sure can't tell you how to stop going. How am I gonna tell you how to stop going to jail if you don't feel like I even know what it's like? The person gonna listen is the person that know what it's like. I had everybody here in the county jail because I was in the county jail. That's why I had everybody here. Because I for sure could relate. And this is the way I would sell positive rap, because it really wouldn't be positive rap, it'd be reality. Because the reality is dudes be going in and out of jail and then they get tired of it and they change their life, or they don't, and they keep going to jail and get on a lap. And that's real rap. That's not positive rap. That's not a positive rap. So that's where they're making a mistake. You're trying to sell it as positive rap instead of the reality. This the reality. This is the reality on what you're gonna have to do if you're gonna stay alive out here and stay out of prison. That's not positive. That's facts. But so when you young dudes stop going in trying to make a positive song, nobody gonna want to hear that shit. Go in there and rap from your heart. What's really going on? You can't have a hard life as a kid and then go change your life and give your life to God and make the song from the part where you changed your life and gave your life to God. Nobody gonna buy that song. But if you tell us about the hard time in the song first, now everybody will listen. And these positive rappers, they just don't tell. They don't never tell us. They don't never lock you in. They're not relatable. What is you saying relatable? Somebody prove me wrong. What I'm saying they actually do in the church. They bring people in. I was down and out. My life wasn't no good. They don't come in there, give your life to Jesus. That ain't how they do it. They come in and tell you the bad part. They be like, I was down and out. I was out here. I was messed up. Da, da, da. Then they say, then I gave my life to God. Well, positive rappers, you just trying to do give your life to God part. You ain't telling the dark part. So why would I listen? You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna listen because you ain't telling the whole story. So right now, if I got two rappers and Shorty came out, he hard from the streets, he rapping a whole bunch of street stuff, then he get to the tragedy, and then his partner come in and be like, that's why I changed, and still did it in a hardcore street way, they'll go to the top. They'll go to the top because now people are listening to them because it's reality. It ain't I wouldn't put no group out there preaching. That's why positive rap ain't gonna go nowhere, because you never show nobody that you know what people going through. Nobody want to hear no magical shit. No, who is Mexico? No, never heard of. I don't really listen to, you know what I'm saying? I only listen to rap when I go to the gym first off. So I don't really listen to music. I don't listen to music no more. I only listen to music when I go to the gym. I got a playlist. But I don't just listen to music because we don't have a musical world no more. I used to listen to music when we lived in a musical world. We don't live in a musical world no more. Ain't no MTV. Ain't no Rap City. The radio just be playing the same old shit over and over. So for people that really like music, there really ain't no musical world no more, to be honest with you. That is not, you know what I'm saying? It's a social media world trying to see what's going on and different stuff, but we don't really live in a musical world no more. Or just kids and 20-year-olds, like 28 and down. But other than that, over 28, we don't live in a musical world, to be honest with you. There's no way I'm getting up in the music, getting up in the morning, turning on no music. That just ain't gonna happen. The only way I'm gonna see a music is some artist I'm following, and then they song come up on my Instagram, like G Herbo. I heard his new song today. That's because I'm following. But you know what I'm saying? But music ain't attractive no more. Ain't nobody listening to music no more like that. Music ain't attractive like that no more. You don't hear music when like you used to when you be at houses and apartment buildings and stuff like that. You don't hear music like that. You don't hear music when you be in the streets like that no more. You don't hear cars driving by playing music that much no more. It be quiet. Like Uber and Lyft and them, they be playing music, but they be playing like playlists. But music is not really big like that no more. You know, I mean, globally, yeah, people will go find a song and play it over and over, right? But music is not big like it used to be. It just does well because it's a huge population and people will put your song on a playlist and work out to it or have it in the background like that. But music is in the background now. It's not in the it's not in the foreground of people's life like that. And most artists I don't like a lot of stuff I don't like. So if so, I don't, a lot of stuff I don't like new reggae. I can't stand it. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. This new reggae, I can't listen. I don't listen to that. I ain't listened to reggae in years. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Like it's horrible. It's horrible, and they're not talking about nothing. Even reggae is absolutely horrible. They got no message. They ain't talking about nothing. They don't know how to make no good songs. They ain't got no originality. It's just straight trash. All of them sound like the same person. And ain't no more. You can tell that's Dennis Brown, that's Gregory Isaac, that's Vernon Spears, that's Bob Marley and the Wailers, that's Oswald. No more of that. That's gone. It's just some weird guy singing. And they do it to the troop, and they got to the job. John C. John. Shit sound like trash. It got you couldn't tell one from another. It's like cookie cutter reggae artists. Ain't nobody original. Nobody got their own sound. It's just weird reggae. Horrible. The only time I hear something good is when, Instagram Lion Sound. When they be on Lion Sound every now and then, I hear a real good, somebody snap on the beat. Other than that, music is horrible nowadays. The day I think I took a Uber and no, I took a Lyft and I got my friend an Uber and the driver he was playing like some playlist. He wasn't listening to no like modern music like that. He just had his, he was playing like his own playlist. Nobody I never hear be playing no like new songs like it used to be in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. You don't hear that no more. You don't hear nobody playing like no new song like that. Not that I know of. Who's the big rapper now? Nobody. Who's the big rapper? Nobody's a big rapper now. Who? Tell me in the chat. There's no big rapper that I know about. Who? These rappers is only making their money from doing shows, and shows is selling out because it ain't nothing to do. So it ain't nothing to do. You have a show, and everybody gonna come to the show. But most people, they might play their music back in the house, kind of off to themselves, but you don't hear music outside like that, or you don't hear the radio with no big artists or nothing like that. You get up in the morning, you turn on the radio, there's Ricky Smiley and them on there doing LGBTQ type skits and all. It's skits and talking and gossip. Like, dang, is this radio? The radio is just gossip. It's crazy as hell. What the hell is this? But that's what you would have to do if you wanted to make positive rap music. Y'all got to come out with a format or some kind of way to get people's ear. You never gonna get nobody ear the way they making it. They make the conscious rap like you gotta already be how they are to listen to it, right? So it's not really inviting unless it's me. But when you listen to the brothers and sisters that do the positive rap, it's like they only rapping to their own kind. They not rapping to regular people. So how you gonna get new fans when your rap sound like you only rapping to people that already believe what you rapping? You know, the idea of music is to bring new people in. But the conscious positive rappers, they ain't trying to bring new people in. They only trying to rap to their own. That's why it don't ever go nowhere. How you gonna push a music when it's like only for people that's already like that? It comes off like that. Who gonna listen to that? On top of that, there's no positive uh consensus. How you gonna sell positive music? There's no unity, no type of positive unity between the people who make positive music. How you make positive music and you telling people to unite and get together and do something when y'all don't do nothing? This is the reason Black conscious music fell off. Nobody want to tell the truth. The reason Poor Righteous Teachers, Lord's Brand Nubians, KRS-One, Public Enemy, the reason they didn't go nowhere, because they never worked together. So everything they was talking was bullshit. Because how you going to tell black people to unite and y'all ain't united? Who you think going to listen to you? Why would somebody listen to a bunch of divided black conscious brothers tell us to unite? That's why them brothers was failures. I told them all to their face. You all was liars and failures because you all was preaching something none of you all did. And so the black conscious rappers of the 80s were liars and failures. They were liars. They were trying to sell something to the black community, and they didn't even practice what they preached. They didn't put no record labels together. They didn't open no stores. They didn't put on their own tours. They didn't do for self. They didn't do nothing. They didn't even stay together. He was phony from the time he left Miss Melody. We wasn't messing with him. I know the real history. A foundation of black Americans back then, Miss Melody took care of when he was poor. He was living in the group homes and stuff. And she took him and put the money behind him and made his career. As soon as he got out, he dumped her. I was there. These are the things we was talking about at that time. So right then, a lot of people didn't like KRS One right there because you dumped your queen after she stood by you. Soon as you got some fame, so he lost a lot of black women right there. Then when he did Start the Violence and threw DM Dawn off stage, his career is over. Nobody, dude is a fraud. KRS One is a fraud. Everybody that's my age, nobody respect him. And none of them did nothing. Public Enemy didn't do nothing. Brand Nubian didn't do nothing. None of them made any worthwhile accomplishments in the black community. Not only that, they all had various beliefs and they couldn't get together. So imagine some black conscious rappers rapping about get together that can't get together. They couldn't even get together. Because you got to lead by example. Nobody going to hear you talk about get together and you don't never get together. So if you talk about get together, you don't get together, and a dude talking about selling illegal substances and he look like he got some money, I'm going to listen to him. Because at least he looked like he trying to do what he said. You ain't even, what you saying, first off, is over your head, too hard to do, and you ain't even doing it. Who gonna pay attention to you? You can't name me nobody that's rapping positive rap right now that's worth a damn. They would have no effects on the black community. Nobody would pay them no attention because it just sounds like a bunch of jibber jabber. Because a lot of people that's positive ain't musical, ain't about no business. Just because you positive don't mean you got the business skills for no music business. Period. You positivity don't sell no damn records. It's the music business. Period. And the reason that the more street music made it more than the conscious music, because the street dudes was doing business and the conscious dudes wasn't. The street dudes was selling, flipping, stacking bread. The conscious dudes was broke, dusty, and hungry. Of course, they're not gonna tell the truth. So yeah, the dark music made it because it was about getting money. The conscious music wasn't about nothing. I feel you. I feel you because it just sounds more realistic. You know what I mean? I listen to the people that sound more realistic, even though it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds more realistic. And so they wonder why people listen to music. They don't listen to the music because they want to do the lifestyle. It just sounds more realistic. And when you hear somebody rap and it sounds more realistic, it sounds more interesting because it sounds more like they telling a story about themselves. So that's why people's interested in certain brothers, not because we is interested in the bad lifestyle. We like the storytelling. We like the energy of how they tell the story. So it sounds authentic. It sounds like it's coming from their soul. So everybody listen to it. Now, when you make positive music, it got to sound like that. It got to sound like Moneybagg. It got to sound like how they deliver their music is how you got to deliver your music. They be delivering it for real, like they be spitting it from the heart. They don't just be rapping. This what they don't tell you. They can't just get up there and rap no bunch of street stuff. Nobody will buy it. If it ain't coming from the heart, ain't nobody gonna feel it. So whether we live the lifestyle or not, we enjoy what you're saying coming from the heart. That's what we enjoy. We might not never do nothing that you do, but the energy when you listen to it, listen, just like I give you a perfect example. If you see a gospel singer that be singing like they really is believe what they sing, it sound good. It sound better than somebody just singing a gospel song. It's a big difference in somebody singing a gospel song and somebody that's singing from their heart gospel. You can tell the difference when they singing. That's why sometimes people start crying when they be singing, because it just be too real, and then people tear up. You can tell the difference. That's why they love Patti LaBelle. When you see Patti LaBelle, you're going to feel Patti. Patti don't never just be singing. Oh my soul, I never seen Patti LaBelle just singing. Patti be like really coming from her insides when she be singing. Like she be singing to you. She don't just be singing. Oh my soul. You could take anybody to see Patti LaBelle and they gonna love it. Because she just ain't up there. No. She be coming from here. You could feel it. It's a difference. That's why everybody loved Frankie Beverly and Mace. Frankie Beverly, the whole festival, the kids, the teenage, everybody stopped when Frankie started. The thugs, everybody stopped. When Frankie started, that's why he always end. Rest in peace to Frankie Beverly. That's why he always end all the festivals. Because the way he be singing, he don't be up there saying no words. And that's why positive rap ain't going nowhere, because they just be saying positive words. It don't got no feeling in it. And then it's not explaining why it's positive. If they start making positive rap that show where they came from, it'll go through the roof. Right now, if I could produce a positive rap group that'll take over the streets. I just got to do all this work. They said, why don't you do it? Because I could do it, but can the rappers do it? See, the rappers ain't going to do what you tell them. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother headache. So you got the formula, but they don't want to do the formula. The two dudes ain't going to get along. I ain't willing to deal with all that. But if I had two rappers the way I wanted them, somebody that could really rap good, modern style, rapping everything going on in the streets, know everything, and a rapper that can rap really good, that can express coming out the streets, and then I got the rapper rapping in the streets, and then his partner is a rapper talking about go out the street, they'll go through the roof. They'll go through the roof. Because if you want to rap positive, the key to positive is you got to go get the negative. You can't rap positive. See, listen, if you're rapping positive and it's based on going and getting the positive people and changing them, then that's going to appeal to the positive people. But if you just rap positive, you ain't going to even appeal to the positive people. Just a few. The only way you're going to appeal, Cyrock, she could rap, but she don't be saying nothing. What she be saying won't catch you. You understand? Because she be rapping to the positive people. Now, I could take her right now and do a song with a street chick, and that shit gonna go platinum. I could take Cyrock right now and produce a song with a street chick and have a street chick rap, and then her come in and bounce off of it and bring it in a decent way to the positive side, she'll go through the roof. Because now she'll have more ears listening to her, right? Because the point of positivity is take them from the bad and bring them to the good. But if you don't appeal to the bad, how could you turn them good? Like you can't turn them good if you can't make them listen to you first. So you have to get them to listen to you. Basically. And that's what's wrong with the positive rap. Positive rappers are trying to rap to positive people. But positive rappers should be trying to rap to negative people and convert them into positive, which would be a total different structure how you would write the rap. So it would be more like a rap. Like I've been busting guns, I've been going to jail, I've been doing that. I ain't with that no more. That would basically be that now they're gonna listen. But if I come out, put the guns down, that they're not gonna listen. I gotta show them, you gotta show them the dark side. If you don't reach down in the dark, how you gonna pull them to the light? You can't stay in the light and grab them. Even when you look at Christianity, it say what? Resurrected from the Christ, right? Resurrected from hell and went to heaven. That's what it say. It didn't say he was in heaven, reaching down, talking. The reason positive rap don't go nowhere because it's trying to preach, it ain't trying to convert. See, if you're trying to preach, that's not converting. Now, if you're trying to preach, you only gonna be saying certain things. If you're trying to convert, who you gonna rap to? See what I'm saying? So if you're gonna convert, you gonna rap to the gutter. But if you're a positive rapper, all you're doing is trying to find other positive people to listen to you, which really makes your music worthless. What's the what's the purpose of positive people rapping to positive people and then saying you don't like negativity? Well, go rap to the negativity and tell them. You got to rap to the negative people. You can't rap and we extraterrestrial, da da da. No. Now some of this I'm gonna do on my album. That's why I'm gonna blow, because I know the format. But I ain't gonna tell that part what I'm gonna do, but I'm telling you how you can make positive rap music. But you can't make positive rap music without appealing to negative people, because there's no point. Tupac, Brenda's Got a Baby, and all Tupac stuff was pulling people. If you listen to Tupac, he was doing exactly what I was saying. He was always appealing to the ones in the dirt, the thugs, the gangmen. He was appealing to them, and then he was bringing them up. He was a master at it. He knew how to make his album where you listen to this song and then you hear this song. He was a genius at that. He give you just where you want to hear, where you at, and then the next song, it allow you to hear the next song. If you didn't listen to this song, you would never hear this song. Dude was the best at it. He was a genius. He knew how to give you this song in the dirt and then give you this song against police brutality, then this song about a woman, and this song about fixing the community all in one. The dude was a genius. He was young like that. He didn't even reach his peak. So it's scary. It's scary what he would have did. You know, he even did another 3 years. Oh, it's scary. It, what he would have did another 3 years is just absolutely scary. You can't nobody even predict what he would have did. That's how advanced he would have been. Nobody could tell you what that would have been. But he knew the formula I'm talking about. He knew you gotta, if you fall in a ditch, I can't stand up and I gotta put my hand down in there and get dirty and pull you out. I can't stand up here and be clean, and you know what I'm saying? I gotta be relatable. And positive rap ain't relatable, even to positive people. That's why I never liked it. I never liked positive rap. I just didn't like it. It wasn't relatable. A lot of people don't know that KRS One wasn't positive when he first came out. KRS One was street knowledge. He wasn't positive. It was street revolutionary type. It wasn't no. Bada bada bang. Listen to my 9 millimeter go bang. What? See what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You understand? Yeah. No problem, Brandon. Y'all support your channel. 13 and Good was bad, but the thing about 13 and Good and all of that, LL Cool J songs and all of that, they taking songs that in one era wasn't considered bad and then changing how you function and then make it bad. Because that stuff wasn't bad back then. So that's the whole thing about everything they said about them is being taken out of proportion. What they was rapping about young girls and stuff, because at that time, that was that was allowed. That was a part of culture. So as times change, you can't go back and look at that like that. Because back then, as soon as you was about 13, you having sex. That's how your grandmama and all of them. All our grandmamas, they was having sex 13, 14, 15. It's back as soon as your period came on, for people that live naturally, that meant you was ready to breed. You understand? They came from outside with animals and stuff. And so soon as the horse have a period, or as soon as the dog, like if you got puppies, as soon as the dog get a certain age, you breed her. You don't wait till she get older and older and older. Whatever the date is, because I think like my Rottweilers, you can breed them. They say don't breed them before they 2. That first heat they come in with they 2, so the boy will be 3. So you can't change the culture and then say, "Oh, this is bad." Because back then it wasn't. They was at that time them songs coming out was the same time jailbait started getting popular. That's why they stopped making them. Because jailbait and all that stuff didn't get popular till I was like in the maybe 7th to 8th grade. That's when they started saying jailbait and stuff like that. So at that time, that was definitely culture, though. It sound bad now, but that why you think nobody complained back then? You know, LLC was up at the school. You see what I'm saying? Nobody look at why at that time it didn't bother nobody because it was common. It didn't bother nobody till times changed. It took a little while for the jailbait thing to kick in. So the jailbait thing didn't really kick in till like, whew, damn near 90 something. That was down there before the whole She Too Young and all that. That was way in the 90s for that kicked in. For real. That was way in the 90s before people started looking at that like that. And people don't understand that, people was a little more primitive than we think. You know, the 60s, 70s, and 80s was way more primitive. It wasn't sophisticated like you might think. It's not like people came from down south and just got sophisticated. We came from slavery, and to get a lot of slaves, you have to get the girls pregnant as quick as possible. It's amazing they don't blame slavery for none of this behavior because this is how Studs was raised. As soon as she old enough, she gotta have a baby. Now slavery ain't take no responsibility for that, but that's where it came from. And like I tell people all the time, all your great grandmamas and grandmamas was having sex at 12, 13. Soon as you period, she was having sex, depending on how young you are. But all your relatives from the late 1800s, early 1900s, like that, on through like the 90s, all 93, 1930s and all that. Come on, man. Soon as you was on your period, you get pregnant. Yeah, that's why she dressed up. I mean, that was acceptable though. It was later they said, "Oh, Britney Spears ain't supposed to look like that," but times change, and then they forget. So times change to this, and then they try to look back here and judge you back here based on up here. Because back then with LL Cool J and KRS One, they was considered like kids. They wasn't considered like how we look at grown now. Uh-uh. All them rappers was considered like kids. They wasn't considered like full grown adults. They wasn't even marketed like adults. You know what I'm saying? I will be honest. They wasn't marketed like adults. The only one I remember that had a started to do an adult type look was Ice T. Ice T was doing an adult type look, but everybody else looked like kids. Easy, Dr. Dre, all them. It looked like big old kids to me. LL definitely looked like a kid, jumping around with a big old radio and sneakers on. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no grown man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, a lot of that's out of proportion. Same way they did Elijah Muhammad. He was born in the 1800s. I did a whole live on that. Like he was born in the 1800s. Everything he did was legitimate based on when he was born. And you gotta understand when you was born a certain type of way and things change. There wasn't nobody running around the country saying, things change, y'all, things change, things change. So how you know things change? You know what I'm saying? There was nobody running around and tell you things change, right? So if I'm down south and doing certain things and I come up north and doing it, there's nobody running around telling you that that's over with. You know? You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't, right? So a lot of times being positive don't really mean you know how to rap. And slick rhymes is not necessarily a song. So it's like drill. You know, they be talking about drill rap, but you can't take an environment where they drilling and then make a rap and say the rap created the drill. You know, that's the part I be disagreeing. Like the rap, the rap is always behind what you hear on the rap. The rap is listen, y'all listen to me. The rap is always way behind the streets. These is facts. Any producer that go on in the studio with young people like me and produce raps will tell you that the raps is behind the streets. The streets is not, the raps is not even with the streets. By the time they come on the studio and say something on the song, it already been in the streets. Like something popular saying, before they say it on the song, it's already big in the streets like 6 months in the streets already. But if you ain't in the streets and the trenches, you don't know. And I produce. And I can't tell you how many times I had rappers in the studio and they rapping, they said word. I'm like, hold on, what'd you say? He said, I said she's a derb. I'm like, what's a derb? They're like, it's like a bust down. I'm like, oh damn. Yeah, on the real. I used to hear these words way before they get popular. I didn't know what the hell. I didn't know what the hell. What's that one word? That's when my son made his song and he said hey, what'd he say? He said she's some. He had his friend with him. Shout out to DJ Frankie. Dang, I forgot Frankie in there too. But Frankie, you know who you are. And my son said something, she something. And I'm like, what is that? I said, stop. Because, I'm the producer. So they going to listen. So as the producer, my job is not to tell them what to say. My job is to make sure they say it clear. A lot of people don't understand that. As the executive producer, making a song with some young people, my job is not to tell them what to say because I can't tell them what to say because I don't know none of the slang or nothing they saying. My job is to make sure it's clear when we recorded it. So it's going to come to me. So my son was rapping and he said something, she's a something. And I said, wait, what is that word right there? And his friend and him said, it mean this. I'm like, what the hell? They both knew what he said. I ain't know what he was saying. And when we put that song out, that word still wasn't popular yet. That word didn't catch up with that song for like 2 months. For real. I ain't lying. Like 2 months. And no problem, Kathy. Kathy, you down south, I ain't lying. They wasn't no age on no having no sex like that. Then people came from slavery. Soon as she can get pregnant, it's up. The only reason people didn't do it with the dogs is because the puppies wasn't coming out right. That's why they made the dogs wait because soon as she go in heat and we get her pregnant, the puppies be messed up. So you have to, man, listen. When you had that female puppy and that first year she won and she come in the heat, man, you gotta lock her up. She'll break loose and go find some D. She sure will escape and go out there and let the first dog she meet hit it. All the male dogs could smell her all over the community. They trying to get at her. And I had a male was older than the female, and it was hell keeping him off of that girl. One time I tied him far apart, and I went out there, and he was almost choking himself trying to smell her back. And she had it back facing his face too. She was popping it at him. And he was on the thing and he was pulling his neck, almost choking, trying to get his nose up there. I said, I got to move him further away. He was tripping. When he smelled she was in heat, he was going crazy. He was almost choking himself because she was in heat. But she wasn't old enough to have no puppies. He had just turned old enough, but she was only one. She can't get pregnant till she's 2. So he gonna be 3. So if you're gonna breed some Rottweilers, you gotta have a boy get 3 and her be 2. You don't want them both to be 2. You always want him older. So you get him first. Don't get him at the same time. Get the boy, wait a year, then get the girl. And when she's getting heat, you got to make sure you separate them. Because he'll tear the cage up or he'll tear whatever up to get to her when he smells. And then you got to wait till she get 2. Then they can breed. Then you have some nice puppies. And so if you want to make some positive music, you got to attract a negative audience. Look at the music as music to convert you, music to bring you in and convert you. You can't make it preachy. Now, if I could find two artists that wouldn't waste a lot of my time or follow my instructions, I could blow through the roof right now. Oh man, they could go through the roof. Because all they got to do is be basically coming from like two different angles, with one of them coming with what it's like, what was going on, and the other one coming like he know it too, and with the solution. So one be rapping about the streets, and then the other one tell you what to do to get out the streets. It should have go through the roof. Cause the streets are listening, cause they the first dude, they gonna relate to him. He'd be like, I used to be out there, and this used to happen, and that used to happen. That was bad. This went bad. And I was out there. So everybody out there gonna be like, hell yeah. And then dude be like, yeah, out there, this and that and that. I'm not gonna be locked up for the rest of my life. I ain't with all that. Man, I lost my brother. Put them guns down, die. Boom, they gonna go for it. Cause the first dude being authentic and the second dude being authentic and telling you to change, that's what's going to pull them in to listen to it. So, if you wanted to make music to begin to change the black community, you're going to still have to let them know that you qualified to talk about the streets. You ain't going to be able to make no happy-go-lucky music, because how you going to change somebody when you didn't make no music they ain't going to listen to? They going to turn you off. They're not going to listen. So you got to get them to listen. So you got to rap what they rap. Get them into the song and then hit them with the knowledge. But not no whole bunch of esoterical nonsense. Hit them with the basic knowledge to stay out of jail. What's going to happen if they get crimes? How they ain't going to be able to get no license to get no gun, and now every time they get caught with a strap, you're going to get locked up. You got to give them the reality, what really is. Everybody going to buy that. Everybody been in a pen, everybody been in jail, they all going to buy that. They're going to be like, real talk. I got caught, I had a thing, and then I got out there, I got caught with the thing, I got 5 years. Yeah, then they're going to be like, yeah, they hot. You'll be the hottest thing out here. But now, all right, now what? Do you have the business man to listen to what I'm telling you, get the image I'm telling you, make the song, stay together, and get the bag? No. Because at the end of the day, it's the music business. And Rapping Positive ain't business. Now, a lot of them positive rappers, they do sway show. They try to find some ways to do some shows, but they getting older and older and older, and they really ain't breaking through to nobody. They really ain't. They gonna have to quit rapping and do something else. Because they didn't want to talk to the streets. They want to talk at the streets. That's the big problem. You can't talk at them. You got to talk to them. And first you got to show them you qualified to talk to them. If you got on unks and all of that, you ain't necessarily qualified to talk to them. When I went to Hawaii and I was in Hawaii, I wouldn't have been qualified to talk to the streets. I didn't become qualified to talk to the streets till I got stabbed and I started hustling. And I went to jail. That's the only thing made when I really got around the wolves and the leopards and the tigers and lionesses made me official like a referee with a whistle. When I was back to young Rasta conscious, I wouldn't have been able to tell you nothing about none of that. What I know, I was over there on some Irie positive, iTiles type of stuff. There's no way I could have made music to help nobody in the damn streets. I could have only made music for people already trying to be positive. That's a fact. I could have only, and then that is bootleg because a lot of people that was coming listen to the positive music wasn't even that. They were just in there dancing and they didn't give a damn what we was talking about. Matter of fact, we'd be on stage playing. They out there smoking cigarettes, blowing cigarettes all on us. They ain't even got no ganja. They ain't even ital. They out there eating whatever they want to eat and all that. Cause that's just a whole nother thing about eat. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff about, if you can't control what you eat and you can't control what you put in your body and then it's making you sick, then how you gonna be positive? How you gonna do all this magical, mystical stuff? And so the same way, some people be decent the same way you addicted to your chicken and stuff like that. That's the same way the shorties addicted to the streets and guns and all that. What's the difference? They can't change either. You can't change. Your doctor tell you to eat better. You can't change. But then when the shorty can't change, you talk crazy. What's the difference? Can't change is can't change. What's the difference in any can't change? You know what I'm saying? What's the difference in your wife overweight? She keep eating this stuff. She got high blood pressure. She don't want to listen. What's the difference between her and a hard-headed gangbanger? The only difference is the gangbanger hurt other people, but shit, she hurting herself. She worse than the gangbanger. You shoot yourself. You unaliving yourself. You kind of worse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I just wanted to talk about this because I always tell people I don't listen to positive music. So I said, well, let me give them some game that if I was producing, how I would produce positive music and why positive music ain't going nowhere. And the reason positive music ain't going nowhere because it's preachy and it's not medicinal. Positive music got to be medicinal. What do I mean by that? How you going to be medicinal when you don't look at the soil and clean the soil? So the music gotta express the wound in the sores. It can't just be music talking about cleaning the sore. You haven't even acknowledged it's a sore. And so the key to positive music is you have to express the streets to express coming out of the streets. If you don't express the streets, what's gonna make you entertaining enough for somebody to listen? And nobody never did what I said. I shouldn't even told nobody. Nobody got one dude that rap about the streets and the other one rap about coming out of it. They'd be the biggest shit out here right now. Because everybody would be able to relate. I need them to be some real gang members. Not no goody two shoes. A goody two shoes dude ain't gonna sell, can't do nothing with no positive music. Period. Because positive people ain't gonna listen to no positive music for no damn reason. The only way positive people gonna listen to the music if the music is appealing, and the only way the music gonna be appealing is if it attract everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's why none of that positive music is nothing. None of them positive rappers, people like that, they suck. Nobody don't know who they is. Nobody ain't gonna never know who they is. Why? Because they ain't relatable. Anytime you make a song, right, that that you say you're trying to change the streets, but the way you made the song, the streets ain't gonna listen. How you gonna change the streets when you done made a song they ain't gonna listen to? They don't even make no sense. When we in the streets, when we in these jails, we talk street talk and jail talk to try to help brothers change. We can't be preaching to them. They don't want to hear that. They only want to listen to you if they know you can relate to them. Period. And ain't nobody figured out how to make that. Nobody makes that music. I wish I could make it, but the music business, the black man hard headed, and he don't listen. The best way, I'm telling you, the best music for positive is two rappers. The grimy street one and the other street one. They both street. One raps about the whole situation, and the other one raps about the situation and how it's messed up and how to get out of it. It'll go crazy. It'll go crazy. I can see it right now, but it's hard to put your visions together because you got to sell the visions to the artists, and sometimes the artists is too much. You got to invest too much money, and they'll just drop the ball. They'll just quit. You invest $30,000 into an artist, $70,000 artist, they quit. Leave you with a half a project. But that would be the way. If I had the right artist, I'll take over. Because I had a drill rapper, and then I had a rapper that talk about getting out of the problems from the drill culture. Shit'll go through the roof. Everybody will listen. All the drillers, all the gang members would listen because it's relatable. They talk and they talk. Then they're going to listen because they're like, you one of them. But if you're a goody two shoes, you're not one of them. They not finna listen to you if you're not one of them. That's why everybody had hope for Durk, because Durk was one of them, and he was beginning to rap like that. He was beginning to rap about, I'm down here, come out of it. He was beginning to do it. He was going to be one of the first ones to do it, was Durk. Durk seen that. But he had already jumped out the window, but I don't know. He innocent as far as I know, because I don't do no snitching on social media, and all I know is you innocent. I don't get in court cases. So he innocent. You know what I'm saying? That's why he'll see me speaking on brothers' court cases until they in court. But if I came with the perfect solution and I wanted to come out with some music to help that could get the streets to change, that's why I would do it. I would get me two rappers. I'll get both of them is grimy. Both of them is street. And I would set the rap up, because now they're just doing two verses. So I would set the first verse up to really break down the whole streets. And then I would have to set the second rapper would always be talking about the downfalls of it, how to get out of it. The shit'll go through the damn roof. It'll be dark, it'll be rough, it'll be drill, but the second rapper would be hardcore. And then also, he can't be like, turn your life around. No, Outkast, hell no. I ain't dealing with no feminine. No, let me get rid of that. No, I ain't dealing with no dude dressed. No. Outkast is trash. I don't want my son. I do not want my son. No. I don't want my son. Andre 3000. I don't want my son. I would never sell that feminine. Hell no. No, stop it. Don't post that no more. No. Outkast wasn't on shit. I do not like Outkast. I'm talking masculinity. And then they wasn't even on, they wasn't nowhere close to what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I don't even know what you talk about. They wasn't, what I'm talking about ain't never been done. Ever. There's nobody ever did this in music. Outkast did not, was nothing like what I'm saying, not even close to what I'm saying. What I'm saying has never, ever been done. Ever. So that's kind of insult to try to take what I'm saying, which is a whole new concept, and try to act like somebody did it. Nobody has ever, what I'm saying, nobody has ever done it. Ever. In rap. Ever. Outkast was not grimy. Even when they had the Cadillac music, they was not grimy at all. Not what I'm talking about. So don't like mislead people and start saying stuff and mess up my conversation and mislead people and get them the wrong impression. I really hate that. Just let me say what I'm saying and leave it like that. Don't try to touch it because you not saying what I'm saying. Y'all be disrespectful with that. That's not what I'm saying, and that's gonna mislead everybody. Now you painted a whole bad picture. These two dudes I got in my mind ain't no Outkast. That's for sure. I'm talking about really a grimy street dude that know everything about the street, and the other one with two different ways they rapping on one song. It's never been done before. Them dudes wasn't doing that like on what song? Sometimes, man, just it's best to just be quiet, and then you trolling. Here you go. You didn't. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. I should have known when I seen you. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I should have known. Look, back to back, back to back, back to back. I should have got you out here early because you disrespectful anyway, bro. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Back to back comments, back to back. Want somebody to see you. You ain't even care nothing about the conversation. You disrespectful. Anyway, shut up over there. There ain't that much comments in the world. Flood out the doggone chat like that. Mental illness. How you gonna help somebody? You know what I'm saying? Crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do if I thought it could be done without the complications of dealing with artists. I never would have told y'all. But I don't think it could be done because the way artists is, the money you gotta spend, the way you gotta sell the concept to the artist. Now you got to deal with whether they would accept the concept and all that. I wouldn't want to take it on, but that would be the only way that you could make positive rap music that would be meaningful, but it would still have to express what the negative side is like. Because without it expressing what the negative side is like, ain't nobody gonna listen to it. Because if I was to pick anything somewhat close, I would pick Group Home. Born in the Ghetto was hard to survive. I would pick Group Home if I had to pick anything close to it. Group Home would be the closest to what I'm talking about. Them two, they could have did it for sure. Them two brothers at Group Home, they could have sure did it, but it would have to be with the new beats. It can't be with them beats. That's another thing. It can't be. You can't go nowhere with old school type beats if you want to change the youth. And so the dudes with bars and stuff like that, they still using real old beats. They can't like Styles P and all them do. They still using old school beats, so they can't help nobody because once that's that beat, it's not going to appeal to the young generation. They ain't not going to even listen to it because it's not the beat based on what they want to listen to. That's a whole nother video that a lot of them dudes got bars. They say they can really rap, but what I would say to Jada Kiss is really one, not Styles, Jada Kiss. What I would say to Jada Kiss is he can't prove he can rap. Let us see him rap. Let us see you rap on a drill beat. Then, if you can rap, I never understood that. If you could rap, why you can't rap on a drill beat? None of them. Nas, Jada, Jay Z. I ain't never seen none of them show they really can rap. Get on a drill beat. If you can rap, you should be able to kill it. You should be able to bring a whole new life to it. To be honest with you, you should be able to change the whole concept of a drill beat. Because a drill beat is just as good as any other beat. Those is 5 beats. But you trying to downplay the drill beat because they rapping drill. Okay, well, get in there and spit some bars on there, rapper. How you's a great rapper, but you certain beats you can't rap on. I'm just saying. You know how many shorties they'll get if they get on the beats the shorties like? No. They want to keep rapping where the youth ain't gonna never listen to them. The youth ain't gonna never listen to y'all. All them old ass, dusty ass beats. Them beats is whack. Them beats is over with. That's like New Edition trying to sing on the Jackson 5 beat. Come on, they came on a New Edition beat. They own stuff. They didn't come on no Jackson 5. They didn't have them guitar. They didn't come on that. They came on the new beats. They came on what was popping in. So to me, they ain't trying to save the youth, and then they can't rap. I'm calling out all of them. The Jay-Z, Cameron, Mace, all of them. The only one that can rap is 50, because he the only one to get on any beat. He the only one that'll get on all the beats. Put a beat, he gonna kill it. The rest of them, they still rapping on them Flintstone beats. They some Flintstones. You know what I'm saying? They got ever loving Stone Age family. You can't, I don't understand it. I understand how you say you can rap, but you can't just rap on anything. That means you can't rap. But that's the only way you can change the youth is you have to appeal to them first if you want to talk to them. You can't talk to the youth, but you ain't appealing to them. I don't understand what people talk about. You want to change the youth, but you never appeal to them. Make it make some sense. I don't get it. But that's my solution. If you want to make some positive music, you need to get 2 rappers. One express what's going on outside, the other express the pitfalls and how to get out of it. The youth will listen to that. And on new beats, on drill beats, on the beats the youth want to hear. You can't talk to the youth on cornball beats like the light skinned dude, somebody trying to save the youth on them cornball Christian beats. You know what I'm saying? Plus he can't rap. What's his name? The cornball dude? Yeah, I might just diss him on my first, maybe on my third song. I might diss him because I'll rap him. I'll kick him. I'll run him off the internet. I'm gonna be and I'm gonna definitely be ugly with when I drop these songs. I'm definitely gonna be going at rappers. I already know what they're gonna say. You old and all that. You know what I'm saying? All I'm gonna say is your grandma liked it. That's all I'm gonna say. You know. And now your grandma tore up and make me want to throw up. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. So I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? The fingers still work. So it is what it is. So I can't wait. I'm gonna be dragging. I'm definitely gonna drag the Christian rapper. I probably put his whole name in the song. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't even come outside. He gotta stay on the church steps. So he really need to shut up. He's a cornball. His raps is horrible. He tacky. His raps is garbage. It's like some old weirdo positive Christian raps. It sound horrible. We should do this and we should do that and we should have schools and we should go to the moon and we should do some positive stuff in a balloon. Yeah, I'm saying, bro, shut your goofy ass up. His raps is horrible. It's like, bro, ain't nobody gonna listen to that shit. Like, the streets, ain't nobody in the streets even gonna click on it. How you helping the streets? Looking like a weird wood. Yeah, I said, I can't stand that dude. I forgot his name. You know what I'm saying? He looked like that family 50 was beefing with, like that's one of their kids got loose. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? T.I., you know, he corny too. It's time for him to sit down. He corny. It's like, bro, it's over. It's over. His son, the Key Money, he ain't going nowhere either. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, D1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, D1. I can't stand that dude. It's like, bro, your music is horrible, okay? Your music is horrible. Your music is no good. You know what I'm saying? You so high on the hog, you won't even make a good song. You won't even make like a good song about being with a woman or nothing regular. This is what happens when you get into these ideologies. Then you trying to make music. You don't even make no good music because you always trying to push ideology. So you mess the music up. You still a musician. Make some regular music. Unless you pushing some kind of movement like 420, like ganja or something, then yeah, make ganja music. But other than that, you gotta make regular good songs to get the people's attention if you're trying to push some knowledge, how you gonna push knowledge if nobody don't come to class? You gotta get people to come to class. And they ain't coming to class if you talking about knowledge. Like they used to say with the Mary Poppins songs. Just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. The medicine go down. So like I don't see how you can help the black community or make no positive song if you can't get the shorties to listen to the song. And they're not gonna listen to the song. I really, as a musician, I really don't understand why a certain sound and energy can't say different lyrics. I don't understand that. I don't understand why a drill type delivery can't say something different. But maybe that's because I'm a musician, so I understand. I never understand why use that same energy, that same cadence, and say whatever you want to say. Why you gotta say what they say? Or why you gotta change the delivery? So why can't I make a beat, rap on a beat that's just like drill, have the drill delivery, but say whatever I want to say? Do I got to say drill concepts just because I'm rapping in a drill format and cadence? I don't understand that. Some people in the music probably don't understand what I'm saying. Why ain't nobody take that same cadence, that same drill energy, and just rap something else? Do anybody understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Why you don't take that same energy, that same cadence, and rap something else in that same format, in that same cadence? That's why we can't help the youth. Because they were supposed to take that drill format and they were supposed to make all kind of music on that. I ain't gonna lie. They were supposed to take that cadence and that delivery, and they were supposed to go crazy with all type of songs on that. Sex songs, girlfriend songs, everything. Kids, tell me drill beat ain't good for kids when you tell the kids to shut up and go to school. For you take all their toys and put them in punishment. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't rap like that. You know what I'm saying? Why you can't rap, go to school and shut up? Why you can't do that in a drill? That shit'll go through the roof. You know what I'm saying? With the same type stuff. What you gonna do to your son and your daughter if they don't go up to that school on phone their grave and act like they got some sense? You know what I'm saying? Same cadence and everything. Everybody gonna listen to it. Cause they gonna listen to it based off of the same energy. Uh it's the energy. Take that energy and use it. Take that same drill energy that they like. Same with the sex music that they use. Take that same music and say something else. Take that sexy red music and say what you want to say. You're going to go through the roof. I got to do it. That's why I'm finna start rapping. Because I'm like, ain't nobody going to listen. Ain't nobody going to listen. And then something come to me and say, why don't you go get that bag? And I'm like, you know what? Especially being 70, I'm going to get the big ass bag. I'm going to get the big bag if I ain't rapping like I'm 70. If I'm rapping what the fuck I want to rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go through the roof. Yeah, I'm finna come out. I'm going to be extra hard in it. But I'm not finna rap like I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm a grown ass, super grown ass man. The hell that is. I'm finna be extra flagrant, technical foul, 2 shots, and the ball out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? I would be like technical foul, 2 shots for the opposing team, and the they ball out of bounds. I'm gonna be super messed up, man. I can't wait. I think I'm gonna be in here. I'm finna go out of town, and I want to go. I want to go in before I go out of town. I gotta think about it. I really want to go in there next week. Anyway, that's my thought on that. If you want to make positive rap music, you got to change your concept of what's positive. You know, positive don't mean it got to sound like romper room or, you know, it ain't got to sound like no kiddie stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then who you trying to appeal to? Because if you're trying to turn around the streets, they ain't gonna listen to it unless it sound like what they listening to. That's like you got a horn that you blow to call some animal, and they come. But you blowing it trying to call a different animal, and that animal keep coming. That's what they doing with the music. They got a horn that only certain things come, but they trying to change this animal, but the horn only bring that animal. So you trying to change the you, but the music you making to change the you, they don't hear it. And ain't nobody really trying to change the youth. I bet you Jay-Z don't say nothing to the kids on that album. When he drop his new album, he ain't gonna talk to the kids. He gonna be making music for all the old heads that been listening to him, which that's cool too, but don't say you a super rapper if you can't rap if you can't rap in today's style, then you wax to them. You ain't that good of a rapper. You ain't that good of a rapper if you can't appeal in this era. Like, what the hell? Make it make some sense. So that's my solution to, if you want to make some positive music, it still got to have the same delivery that they used to. You cannot get them to listen when it's a different delivery, because you can't change them if they ain't gonna even listen to it. You got to get them to listen to it, and they don't gonna listen to it if it sounds familiar. So make the music sound familiar and say something different. It's really that simple, and that's how you make positive music. Victory.
I have been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When it finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. I have been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When it finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Your locks out like Shaq, I box out. Any snakes in the can trying to pop out. Don't drop out or cop out, get a drop now. Locks blowing in the wind with the top down. I'm fly, dude, you can't do what I do. Flossy and flashy with the heart of a sadhu. Living God true with hair like wool. Pass the Charlie Tool and cool and make me get a pull. Naya been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When it finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When it finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor.
Yeah, Thug House Rasta, Where my Rasta at? Where the dogs at? It's rough out on the streets of the shop. You better watch your back, boy, you're bound to die. Spitting out the sky, it gon' fall in on your eye. Black people, you can make it if you try. You caught slipping, then you gon' get killed. Tell you these niggas in the shy is ill. They don't call it ill, stay here for nothing. These niggas out here don't be huffing and bluffing. Naya Bingy mean death to oppressor. I got a Tech 9 and the Glock on the dresser. It's funny to me cause I oppress oppressor. If you's a weak card, boy, may I test ya. What you know about the Thug House roster? I'm not a slave cause I'm about to be the master. Folk corner hustler, nigga use a buster. Come get this shit cause I know you as a customer.
Naya been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When it finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When it finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor.
There a send that him attack, truth and know. Teach for reparation for your figure. Rasta from Chicago, him light the way. Up with yourself, stay positive every day. For us that got me here on the screen, talking about the history, what they never seen. From the land of Zion to the streets when Jah, spreading Jah love and giving praise to Jah. Pharaoh said that me here on the screen, talking about the history, what they never seen. From the land of Zion to the streets when Jah, spreading Jah love and giving praise to Jah.